Hello, welcome back. It's Saturday. I like to read about this big Airbus 350. I don't know much about it because I've not been playing with this Microsoft Flight Simulator many years because I need a new stronger computer. But I know this Airbus airplanes from Microsoft Flight Simulator. But this is a real world. But most of my time in this Microsoft Flight Simulator I was flying around in small single engines and exploring mountains and lakes and stuff. I will do that. I'm not just flying big airliners. Because you can see nothing on the ground when you are like 35,000 feet. You can not see much on the ground. In the Flight Simulator you can fly down the Nile River, the Amazon River, all whole world. I need a better world map. I need a geographical, this is a political world map. I need a geographical world map with mountains and rivers and deserts. So let's read. I did download this a few days ago. So what normally I use to download a new copy before reading. But I did that. This is like 1 week ago. I did download this. So probably not so much, but you never know. But let's just read it. I'm a little bit tired today. I just like to relax. I like to get back reading about deserts and airlines and stuff alike. I have a lot of stuff I like to read about. Did not finish Aer Lingus. I like to read about Singapore Airlines, British Airways, International Airline Group. That some islands, Dublin, capital in islands, history of islands, stuff I like to read about. I should go, that's Cork, that's a city, big city in Ireland. But let's read about the Airbus. Activate voice.
Airbus A350. This is a good article. Click here for more information. A350 Qatar Airways was the A350-900 launch operator on the 15th of January 2015. Rolly widebody jet airliner, national origin multinational. A. Manufacturer Airbus commercial aircraft, first flight 14 June 2013. 1. Introduction 15 January 2015 with Qatar Airways. 2. Status in service, primary users Singapore Airlines, Qatar Airways, Cathay Pacific, Delta Airlines, produced 2010 present. 3. Number build 542 as of the 30th of June 2023. 4. The Airbus A350 is a long-range, wide-body twin-engine jet airliner developed and produced by Airbus. The first A350 design proposed by Airbus in 2004, in response to Boeing 787 Dreamliner, would have been a development of the Airbus A330 with composite wings and new engines. As market support was inadequate, in 2006, Airbus switched to a clean sheet XWB, extra wide body, design, powered by Rolls-Royce Trent XWB turbofan engines. The prototype first flew on the 14th of June, 2013 from Toulouse, France. Type certification from the European Aviation Safety Agency, EASA, was obtained in September 2014, followed by certification from the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, 2 months later. The A350 is the first Airbus aircraft largely made of carbon fiber reinforced polymers. It has a new fuselage designed around a 9 abreast economy cross-section, up from the 8 abreast A330/A340. It has a common type rating with the A330. The airliner has two variants. The A350-900 typically carries 300 to 350 passengers over a 15,000 kilometer, 8,100 nautical mile, 9,300 statute mile range, and has a 283-ton, 617,300 pound maximum takeoff weight, MTO. The longer A350-1000 accommodates 350 to 410 passengers and has a maximum range of 16,100 kilometers, 8,700 mi, 10,000 mi, and a 319T, 703,200 pound MTO. On the 15th of January, 2015, the initial A350-900 entered service with Qatar Airways, followed by the A350-1000 on the 24th of February, 2018 with the same launch customer. As of June 2023, Singapore Airlines is the largest operator with 62 A350-900 aircraft in its fleet. A350 orders stood at 1,026 aircraft, of which 542 had been delivered and all were in service with 38 operators. The global A350 fleet had completed more than 1,025,000 flights on more than 1,000 routes without accidents. It succeeds the A340 and competes against Boeing's large long-haul twin jets, the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, the Boeing 777, and its successor, the 777X. Development, background and early designs. Airbus initially rejected Boeing's claim that the Boeing 787 Dreamliner would be a serious threat to the Airbus A330, stating that the 787 was just a reaction to the A330 and that no response was needed. When airlines urged Airbus to provide a competitor, Airbus initially proposed the A330-200 Lite, a derivative of A330 featuring improved aerodynamics and engines similar to those on the 787. The company planned to announce this version at the 2004 Farnborough Air Show, but did not proceed. 5. The initial A350 concept, based on the 330 on the 16th of September, 2004, Airbus President and Chief Executive Officer Noel Forged confirmed the consideration of a new project during a private meeting with prospective customers. Forged did not give a project name, and did not state whether it would be an entirely new design or a modification of an existing product. Airline dissatisfaction with this proposal motivated Airbus to commit €4 billion to a new airliner design. 5. On the 10th of December, 2004, Airbus shareholders, EADS and BAE Systems, approved the authorization to offer for the A350, expecting a 2010 service entry. Airbus then expected to win more than half of the 250 to 300 seat aircraft market, estimated at 3,100 aircraft overall over 20 years. Based on the A330, the 245-seater 350-800 was to fly over 8,600 mi, 15,900 kilometers, 9,900 mi, range, and the 285-seater 350-900 over 7,500 mi, 13,900 kilometers, 8,600 mi, range. Fuel efficiency would improve by over 10% with a mostly carbon fiber reinforced polymer wing and initial General Electric GX 7201 engines. Before offering a choice of power plant. 6. It had a common fuselage cross-section with the A330 and also a new horizontal stabilizer. 5. On the 13th of June, 2005 at the Paris Air Show, Middle Eastern carrier Qatar Airways announced that they had placed an order for 60 A350s. In September 2006, the airline signed a Memorandum of Understanding with General Electric, GE, to launch the GX1, a 72 engine for the aircraft. 7, 8, 9. Emirates sought a more improved design and decided against ordering the initial version of the A350. 10, 11. On the 6th of October, 2005, the program's industrial launch was announced with an estimated development cost of around €3.5 billion. 5. The A350 was initially planned to be a 250 to 300-seat twin-engine wide-body aircraft derived from the existing A330s design. Under this plan, the A350 would have modified wings and new engines while sharing the A330s fuselage cross-section. For this design, the fuselage was to consist primarily of aluminium lithium rather than the carbon fiber reinforced polymer, CFRP, fuselage on the Boeing 787. The A350 would see entry in two versions. The A350-800 with a 8,800 mi, 16,300 km, 10,100 mi, range with a typical passenger capacity of 253 in a 3-class configuration, and the A350-900 with 7,500 mi, 13,900 km, 8,600 mi, range and a 300-seat 3-class configuration. The A350 was designed to be a direct competitor to the Boeing 787-9 and 777-200. 5. The original A350 design was publicly criticized by two of Airbus's largest customers, International Lease Finance Corporation, ILFC, and GE Capital Aviation Services, GCAS. On the 28th of March, 2006, ILFC President Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy urged Airbus to pursue a clean sheet design or risk losing market share to Bingand branded Airbus's strategy as a band-aid reaction to the 787, a sentiment echoed by GCAS President Henry Hubschman. 12:13. In April 2006, while reviewing bids for the Boeing 787 and A350, CEO of Singapore Airlines, SIA, Chu Choon Sen, commented that having gone through the trouble of designing a new wing, tail, cockpit, Airbus should have gone the whole hog and designed a new fuselage. 14. Airbus responded that they were considering A350 improvements to satisfy customer demands. Airbus's then CEO Gustav Humbert stated, "Our strategy isn't driven by the needs of the next one or two campaigns, but rather by a long-term view of the market and our ability to deliver on our promises." 15. 16. As major airlines such as Qantas and Singapore Airlines selected the 787 over the A350, Humbert tasked an engineering team to produce new alternative designs. 17. 18. One such proposal, known internally as 1D, formed the basis of the A350 redesign. 18. Redesign and launch. A model of the new design at ILA Berlin Air Show 2008 on the 14th of July, 2006. During the Farnborough International Air Show, the redesigned aircraft was designated a 350XWB, extra wide body. 19. Within 4 days, Singapore Airlines agreed to order 20 A350 XWBs with options for another 20 A350 XWBs. 20. The proposed A350 was a new design, including a wider fuselage cross-section, allowing seating arrangements ranging from an 8-abreast low-density premium economy layout to a 10-abreast high-density seating configuration for a maximum seating capacity of 440-475 depending on variant. 21. 22. The A330 and previous iterations of the A350 will only be able to accommodate a maximum of 8 seats per row. The 787 is typically configured for 9 seats per row. 23. The 777 accommodates 9 or 10 seats per row, with more than half of recent 777s being configured in a 10-abreast layout that will come standard on the 777X. 24. The A350 cabin is 12.7 centimeters, 5.0 in, wider at the eye level of a seated passenger than the 787S cabin, 25, and 28 centimeters, 11 in, narrower than the Boeing 777S cabin. See the wide-body aircraft comparison of cabin widths and seating. All A350 passenger models have a range of at least 8,000 mi, 14,816 kilometers, 9,206 mi. The redesigned composite fuselage allows for higher cabin pressure and humidity, and lower maintenance costs. On the 1st of December, 2006, the Airbus Board of Directors approved the industrial launch of the A350-800, -900, and -1000 variants. 26. The delayed launch decision was a result of delays to the Airbus A380, 27, and discussions on how to fund development. EADS CEO Thomas Enders stated that the A350 program was not a certainty, citing EADS /Airbus's stretched resources. 28. However, it was decided program costs are to be borne mainly from cash flow. First delivery for the A350-900 was scheduled for mid-2013, with the -800 and -1000 following on 12 and 24 months later, respectively. 26. New technical details of the A350 XWB were revealed at a press conference in December 2006. Chief Operating Officer John Lee indicated existing A350 contracts were being renegotiated due to price increases compared to the original A350s contracted. On the 4th of January, 2007, Pegasus Aviation Finance Company placed the first firm order for the A350 XWB with an order for 2 aircraft. 29. The design change imposed a 2-year delay into the original timetable and increased development costs from $5.3 billion, 5.5 billion euros, to approximately $10 billion, 9.7 billion euros. 30. Reuters estimated the A350's total development cost at $15 billion, 12 billion euros or 10 billion pounds. 31. 32. The original mid-2013 delivery date of the A350 was changed, as a longer than anticipated development forced Airbus to delay the final assembly and first flight of the aircraft to the third quarter of 2012 and second quarter of 2013 respectively. As a result, the flight test schedule was compressed from the original 15 months to 12 months. A350 program chief Didier Evrard stressed that delays only affected the A350-900 while the -800 and -1000 schedules remained unchanged. 33. Airbus 2019 earnings report indicated the A350 program had broken even that year. 34. Design phase. A plan of the A350XWB's new nosy and general arrangement inside forward fuselage. Airbus suggested Boeing's use of composite materials for the 787 fuselage was premature, and that the new A350XW was to feature large carbon fiber panels for the main fuselage skin. After facing criticism for maintenance costs, 35